And let's hope everything's working this week. All right, it's Chris, Safety Dog here. And let me... Oh, that's the reason. There we go. That looks better. There. You'd think I'd have all these things done, and normally I try. I really do, but some days it just doesn't seem to want to go. So anyways, we're going to start in 20 seconds or thereabouts, and we're talking about conditional CVORs, but mostly today about driver files. They obviously have a lot to do with conditional CVORs, but you'll want to tune in if you care about driver files, just generally speaking, driver files. All right, so with that, oh, we hit 0. All right, so welcome to another episode of the Dawg on It Trucking Podcast. Dawg on It. This is the Secrets of Safety Dog today. This is Monday at 1 o'clock. Yes, I have a Dawg on It Trucking Podcast that releases every Friday. Did you catch last week's episode, by the way? Andrea Morley had the courage to go live at 10 o'clock on Friday. She went live with me, and we had a great discussion about drivers and mental health and truck driver health, and even about my health. It was a really good discussion. If you missed it, check it out on the YouTube channel. All right. And don't forget, let me see here, to like and follow us on social media, as well as don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Safety Dog channel, either here every Monday or on YouTube. All right, so what are we doing today? Let's go to this one. There we go. Okay, I said to you that we are going to be talking about driver files today. Yeah, driver files there. Okay, so if you have a conditional CVOR, you want to be listening because driver files are really important. So conditional CVOR, you want to be listening, but if you have a DOT number, or a trucking company anywhere in North America, driver files are almost the exact same right across North America, so you want to tune in and listen to it. Who's this for? Anybody with a conditional CVOR, anybody with a truck driver, and you could be a landscaper, for instance. You need to have a truck driver file. You could be a towing operation or a long-haul trucking company. That's who this is for. Who am I? My name's Chris Harris, Safety Dog. I've been in the trucking safety business for more than 20 years. I was in trucking at TNT, or in safety at TNT, and then I joined Old Republic. And so I bring a great deal of experience and wealth to this podcast and interview show. Catch me on YouTube, as I already mentioned. March the 6th, just a quick shout out to my partners at KRTS. On March the 6th, we are doing a virtual truck driver meeting once again. And for information, please, Kim Sytsma-Hill. I do have it in the show notes below. I put that Kim's contact info in the show notes below. So I was thinking this time, see, part of it's ready. All right, so 3 parts again of a conditional CVOR. And the first part is maintenance, then it's QR&R, and hours of service. Those are the 3 major components of any facility audit. So today we're talking about QR&R, which stands for Qualifications, Records, and Reporting. And basically, another way to say it is driver files, truck driver files, QR&R. So we're going to do this in a couple of segments. Today, we're going to be talking about what does Ministry of Transportation want in a driver file. And then next week, we're going to go even deeper and talk about what should be in a driver file, because what MTO wants isn't what insurance industry wants. So if you're insured, and everybody's insured, right? If you're insured, join us next week when we go even deeper. But what does the first level, let me get out of there, and I put this in the show notes below as well. Go to safetydawg.com free and download this driver file checklist. All right, as I said, it is free. Go there, and it goes on. It's a page or a page and a half. I forget how long it is. But go there and download the free driver file checklist. It'll help you. MTO says you've got to have a copy of the valid driver's license. Valid meaning it can't be expired. So you need to have a photocopy of the driver's license. That's the first thing in for. And then they want to make sure that you have the proper class of license, class 1 or AZ as it's called. Okay, so you got to have the proper class for the vehicle that they are operating. That could be a G class, it could be a D, depending on the vehicle that the driver is operating. Right? Proper endorsements, that's what that says if I move out of the way. Proper endorsements. So if you have air brake, for instance, you better have your air brake license. Transportation of TDG for my American friends, this is Hazmat. If it's applicable, you got to have proof of training in the file. I know the Americans, it is an endorsement on the truck driver license. In Canada, it is specific, and the company who is hauling dangerous goods or hazmat has to train the driver. So it's a little bit different up here in Canada. You got to have an abstract that is dated less than 12 months from the time of the audit. It could be a CVOR, truck driver CVOR abstract, or a 3-year MVR, motor vehicle record abstract for the driver, but it's got to be less than 12 months. In other words, you must pull the abstract once a year minimum. This is not a good business practice to only pull it once a year, but that's all MTO requires, once a year. You also need a record of all the convictions for the past 24 months. And it says here, all convictions. So this is both personal, what happens in the personal auto, as well as what happens in the truck driver's auto. All right, or in the truck driver, in the truck. That's what it is. All right, and collisions. Specifically, MTO only asks you about collisions in a CMV, commercial motor vehicle. However, I urge you to include the personal ones, because if the driver has a crash in a personal vehicle, it may make them uninsurable. So you need to know about it. So all collisions. And of course, the action that you took for any of those collisions, and really for all of those collisions. So you need to have written documentation in the driver file. Let's go over that just real quick. Written documentation in the driver file that you know about all the tickets the driver's been convicted of, and that you know about all of the collisions, and then lastly, the action taken for the collisions. I would up the game a little bit and say the action taken for the tickets as well. And what do I mean by action taken? Well, you better document that you know about it, and then if retraining is required, document the training. And if discipline is required, document that you disciplined the driver. All right, so again, what are we talking about next week? I try to keep these episodes short. We are taking a deeper dive into truck driver files. What does the insurance industry, or if you cross border, DOT require to be in the driver file? And we're going to include in that best business practices. So things like reference checks. MTO doesn't ask you for reference checks, but your insurance company sure as heck does. So remember, Tune in next week, Monday at 1 p.m., and we will do a deeper dive into truck driver files. That is it for this week. I thank you for, let's go back to here. I thank you for tuning in this, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on all the social media channels and keep up to date with what's going on. My name's Chris Harris, Safety Dog, and until next Monday, 1 o'clock, I'm out of here.